Hi class, thank you guys for joining. I just wanted to go over the video that I asked you guys to watch on our topic of variables. I wanted to just really go over real quick what they talked about in the video. Hopefully you guys did watch the video. I'm not gonna go over it extensively, just wanted a quick review so that I can continue to further show what these expressions would look like if we actually knew what our value was. Okay, so again, when we're talking about variables, right, we are talking about a value that we do not know. It's an unknown value, right? So x is a letter that we're using to represent one value, and y is a letter that we're using to represent another value that we do not know. And we can see that these two terms, x and y, are both separated by addition. And so what we would do is take the value of x and simply add it to the value of y. Okay, in our next expression, we can see we have a directly connected to b. And when we are talking about algebra and we have two numbers directly connected to each other, we know we are talking about the operation of multiplication. And so we would take the value of a and it would be multiplied to the value of b. Then in our third expression, we can see that we also have the same situation. The only difference is we have one unknown value instead of two, and we have a known value of 3. So we would take our 3 and multiply it by a, and that would give us our simplified value. And then in our fourth expression, we can see we have 4, and that is being multiplied by an unknown value of x. And then we would add that to 2, which is being multiplied by an unknown value of x as well. The value of x will be multiplied to the values of both 4 and 2. And that would give us our simplified value when we add them together. In the fifth expression, we can see that we have c, our unknown value of c, being raised to the third power, meaning that c is repeatedly multiplied 3 times. C times c times c. All right, so the value of c is raised to the power of 3. In our last expression, we have 4 being multiplied by x that is being raised to the second power and then added to the number 2, which is also being multiplied to x. Right? So I just want to keep in mind that we make sure that we're following our order of operations. We're moving from left to right, and we are paying attention to our exponents, which takes priority over our multiplication and then our addition. Okay, so the value of x is raised to the power of 2. It is then multiplied by 4, added to 2, and then multiplied by the value of x. Okay, so now I would like us to see what that simplified version would look like if we actually know the values of our unknown numbers. So again, here I put in values for x. We have x is equal to 2. We have y is equal to 3. We have a is equal to 4. B is equal to 2. And c is equal to 5. So we would simply use these values to represent our unknown numbers. So for x, we would put in our 2, and that would give us 2 plus, for y, we have 3, 2 plus 3, and 2 plus 3 we know would equal to 5. And again, we're not necessarily performing or solving an equation. We are combining like terms, right? But these are numbers or terms that we can combine once we know their values. And if we know what x is and we know the value of y, then we can combine our like terms. All right, 2 plus 3 will give us 5. In our next expression, we have A, which again is being multiplied by B. And our value for A is 4, and our value for A is 4, and our value for B is 2. So we would be multiplying 4 by 2, and that would give us a simplified value of 8. Okay, in the next expression, we have 3 multiplied by A, and A represents 4, so we would be multiplying 3 times 4. 3 times 4 would give us 12. In the next expression, we have 4 being multiplied by 2 and then added to 2, which is also being multiplied by 2. So when we do 4 times 2, we get 8, and we add that 8 to 2 times 2, which is 4, and 8 plus 4 will give us 12. Okay, and then we have 5 represents our C value, so we would take 5 and multiply 5 3 times, and 5 times 5 would give us 25, and 25 times 5 would give us 125. And for our last problem, we would again make sure we're paying attention to our order of operations, see that we have an exponent, and we would take our value of x, which is 2, and raise that 2 to the second power. When we raise that 2 to the second power, we get 2 times 2, which is 4. And when we multiply 4 times 4, we get 16. And then we can add that 16 to our 2, which is also being multiplied by x, which is a value of 2. And 2 times 2 will give us 4. 16 plus 4, when we combine those like terms, we get a value of 20. All right, class. So again, just want us to get familiar and understand that when we're talking about unknown numbers, we're simply talking about a number that we have not yet found the value of. And if we do know the value of the number, we are following the same operations as usual. All right, guys. Thank you, and I will see you guys in class.